Hello, everybody. So we are going to talk about calories today. We talk about calories in different ways and nutrition and all this good stuff. But the question was, how many calories a day do I burn? So insert name there. So how many calories a day do you burn? And we're going to teach you a new word or phrase. What is your BMR, your basal metabolic rate, and how can you calculate yours? All right. So there are three things that burn or consume calories: your basal metabolic rate, thermogenesis, and physical activity. So we're going to address all of these in your basal metabolic rate. We'll even define that further on going forward. Thermogenesis. Okay, so it's nothing but a fancy word meaning the production of heat in your body. So producing heat, you're actually burning calories. So this attributes to about 10% of your total caloric burn. Now with that, if all foods are thermogenic, however, your lean meats are going to be your most thermogenic. Your chicken, turkey breast, game meats, bison, all that other good stuff. Most fish, shellfish, egg whites, those are all thermogenic. You also have the fancy buzzwords that exist like green teas. So green teas are thermogenic. So if you hear the word thermogenic, that is something that attributes up to 10% or around 10%. It could be a little bit more, a little bit less of your total caloric burn. So thermogenesis and being thermogenic is essentially literally burning the calories. So how we say burn the calories, it's production of heat in your body. All right, now we've got physical activity. So when we refer to physical activity, I've put some of the common things, and I just used a generic 190-pound man for this example. So for that man to go on a 45-minute run, that's approximately 650 calories, and that would be more of like your casual type run, not your sprint or anything like that. 30-minute circuit training. So that's what we do together. That's going to be random exercises that you kind of go from one activity to another, engaging your whole body. Just 30 minutes, that is 350. I tell people on average of my 45-minute circuit training workout, you're burning probably somewhere around 500 calories. So a good calorie expenditure for those workouts. Cycling, since it really only involves your legs, it's good for your joints. And you can really do it for a very, very long time. You can do it into your 60s, 70s. Where running, your joints may take a toll on you after a while. So cycling, this like a leisurely bike ride for 1 hour would burn 350 calories. If we look at the caloric burn here, what we're trying to essentially see is that the more you engage the muscles of your body, i.e. the circuit training plan versus the other two, the more you engage your muscles, the more calories you're going to burn. Sorry, hang on. Jumped ahead. Okay, so the example of burning calories with muscle. So muscle in action, when you're actually working out, can burn up to 50 calories per pound of muscle. And as we get into the basal metabolic rate, it's not a hard line in the sand. And most of the things that I tell you are not going to be a hard line in the sand. Essentially what they are tools, and they're all tools, and we'll get into the tools, but all the acronyms and the buzzwords and all that kind of stuff, they're tools for your success. But the more muscle you have in your body, the leaner your body is, the more efficient it is at burning calories, because your muscles need calories for work. Your fat does not. In fact, that's the caveat to that. It only needs 2 to 4 calories. So we know that a pound of fat is 3,500 calories, but you only need 2 to 4 calories. You actually have to have some kind of calories to sustain even the fat on your body. So 1 pound of resting muscle burns about 7 to 13 calories. But think about that muscle in action. So engaging your muscles. Yes, running is great for cardiovascular and it does burn calories. Same thing with cycling and rowing and these other things. However, when you engage your muscle, when you actually are doing physical training, using weights and those kinds of things, we're burning more calories because we're engaging the muscle. So not only are we putting on more muscle, which is aesthetic, we're engaging the muscle. Okay, now we're going to get to the BMR. The BMR is the number of calories it reflects how much energy your body needs to require the number of I'm just going to read it verbatim. This number of calories reflects how much energy your body requires to support vital bodily functions if, hypothetically, you were resting in bed for an entire day. So essentially what that means is that this is just what takes your body to exist. So this is an existing body. How much calories do you burn as your body sits? This does not include activity or even eating, and because we do require energy to even digest. So it doesn't require those other things. It doesn't refer to walking down a hallway at your office or back and forth in the parking lot. Those are extra. So this is your bottom line, what your body's burning to exist. Now, to most accurately calculate the BMR, experts' measurements of carbon dioxide and oxygen analysis after a subject has fasted for 12 hours and has had 8 hours of sleep. So that's the optimum way. But again, these are tools. So everything that I'll give you is really a tool. It's not a hard line in the sand. So this is just a guideline. So when you're like, well, how much calories is my body burning? And how much do I need to eat in order to survive? How much do I need in order to gain? How much do I need in order to lose? So with this example, the BMR calculator, and it goes by kilograms and centimeters. And this is by far the best calculation that I've found. 10 times your weight in kilograms plus 6.25 times your height in centimeters, this is for men, minus 5 times your age in years, plus 5. So I did this example, and then you see the same algebraic calculation for women. It's slightly different, and that's because women's body chemistry and everything is different. Women are designed to have and hold babies in a healthy way, so you hold fat differently, you operate differently, so therefore that's why there's a difference in the way that it's calculated. So the example here is a man that is 6 foot tall, 35 years old, and male. So the first part, we're going to talk about weight. So if he weighed and I actually didn't put it in there. So the weight that we're going off of for him as the example is to say if he weighed 190 pounds. So they're 2.2 pounds and 1 kilogram. We do the math, and then that would make him 86.36 kilograms, 190 pounds. Times 10, that's 864 kilograms. Then we go to the second part of the equation, which is the 6.25 times his height in centimeters. So a 6 foot tall man is 72 inches. 72 inches times 2.54, and that's 182.88. 6.25 times the 182.88. We add the 864 plus that, we get 2007. Then we do minus 5. He's 35 years old. So it's 5 times 35, which is 175. So we do 2007 minus 175. That equals 1832. Then we add plus 5. That's 1837. It seems really long and complicated. It really isn't. So that would say this man that's 35 years old, at 6 foot tall, at 190 pounds, if he were to lay in bed and do nothing, his body's going to burn 1,837 calories. So by burning 1,837 calories, we would then go and figure out what he does for a living, how active he is, add the according amount of calories. Say that's an extra 500 or 600 calories, so probably 2,300. So that's by walking around, existing, and all that good stuff, depending on what he did for a living. Then we would take in consideration activity. The way that I do this, I take activity as bonus, and the extra activity, like the working out activity. So we want to be in a 500, no more than a 500 calorie a day deficit, because 500 calories a day, 7 days a week, that's 3,500 calories. 3,500 calories is 1 pound. So 1 to 2 pounds, if you throw a couple workouts in there, that gives us 1 to 2 pounds a week that we would lose, and that's ideal. The idea of the my body, my pace, right? So we want realistic, sustainable weight loss. Now, my best advice, if you don't want to do this, you can use an online calculator, and they're fairly accurate. Now remember, as you lose weight, it's going to change, A, because the calculations change because your weight changes, But as you lose weight and you're engaging your body, you have more muscle mass and your body fat goes down. So this is actually not a dead science, like I said, because we know the more muscle you have, the more calories you're going to burn. So the more muscle you have, the more calories you burn, the more efficient your body is at burning calories. And all calories are not created equal, but this is essentially a generic, good approach to just understanding how many calories your personal body burns a day, and that's an approximation. There are numerous calorie calculators online and BMR calculators. If you're using it as a guideline, not a dead set, draw a line in the sand kind of thing, then use the calculators. But if you're trying to figure out exactly, it's really not that vital. What I always tell people, all of the terms of measurements, everything that we do when we first start, we weigh your neck, your shoulders, your chest, your abdominals, your butt, your legs, all that good stuff. That's important because we can gauge, are your arms getting bigger, or or is the waist shrinking, that kind of stuff. And then you're worried about your weight going down and those other measurable things, your body fat. However, the most important thing is, how do you feel? We cannot quantify that on a spreadsheet. You can't say, oh, I'm feeling at a 7. No, how are you feeling? Are you feeling healthier? Are you feeling more energetic? And are you feeling like you're moving forward? If that is how you're feeling, then you're doing the right things and you're making the right decisions. So don't get overly caught up in the scale. Don't get overly caught up in calories and calculation. These are good guidelines that will help you accomplish, but ultimately it's how you feel. Are your clothes fitting better? Are you happier? Those are the absolute most vital and important things. As always, feel free to shoot me an email, and I am available for any questions. And you guys have a phenomenal rest of your day, weekend, or whenever you're watching this. Have a great one.